Hey y'all, how are you? Welcome back. Jackson and Emma Haskell here. So the quick announcement is that the video coming on the 8th of June is our second Let's Talk Horror, where we're going to be talking about Menace 2, which is really cool. I'm really excited for that. And that this video coming on the 7th, we're talking about TPM, or the Phantom Menace Throwback / overview, which is really cool. I am so pleased to announce that actually next Star Wars content, because Phantom Menace is Star Wars. June 10th, where we're going to be talking about TCW Season 1, which is really cool. But I think, if you're wondering about movies, because Phantom Menace is a movie, I am pleased to announce on June 22nd, Attack of the Clones will be covered, which, if you don't know, is the second prequel film. Covering the prequels and the OGs and the sequels, which is cool. Phantom Menace was released in 1999, so this year is even special because it's 25th anniversary, which I think is really, really cool. And it's just super iconic. We have a lot of famous people. I guess first we should talk about the director and who this movie was written by, because I feel like that understands a lot. I hope it understands. Phantom Menace was released May 19th, 1999. And it's done over $1 billion, which is crazy to think about. So Star Wars prequels are really interesting. These were created by George Lucas. George Lucas is really famous. He created Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and founded Lucasfilm, LucasArts, ILM, or Industrial Light and Magic, and THX. He served as the chairman to Lucasfilm before selling it to Walt Disney Company in 2012. And he's one of those history's most financial, successful filmmakers. Let's talk about like his movies he's worked on. 'Cause like we said, he's done a lot of stuff. He's not really, only surprisingly, not really directed a lot of films. THX 1138, released 1971. 1977, A New Hope. Then, the first Star Wars movie. 1999, Episode 1, Phantom Menace. 2002, Attack of the Clones. And 2005, Revenge of the Sith. But he was also a producer on a lot of other stuff, but that's the movies he's directed. Last thing he was a producer for, executive producer, would have been Dial of Destiny, released in 2023. But he's also done a lot of, I don't remember what I was gonna say. Just, he's done a lot of work as especially executive producer. So, let's begin. So, the movie takes place, I don't know what year, but it takes place right outside the planet Naboo, where the Trade Federation is blocking it. Trade Federation are the bad people in the prequels. One of the bad people, because there's CIS. Trade Federation is run by Nemodians, from Nemodia. They're the main villains in the first one, besides Sidious and Maul. The main Trade Federation person would be Newt Gunray. But this movie takes place in 3 planets, especially Naboo, which is really important to the lore content. Tatooine, the desert planet, that's where Luke would be born later on, and also Anakin. Then Coruscant, which is cool. So yeah, the Trade Federation is doing a blockade on Naboo, makes it trade and Senate stuff, and the Jedi are Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon are sent there to help because they're ambassadors. Then after the Trade Federation attacks, they it's just really interesting. I don't want to get into it really, because it takes a lot of explaining. So let's talk about these actors. Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon Jinn, a Jedi Master who discovers Anakin. Liam Neeson's a really interesting actor. We've not seen him in anything yet, but The Bounty, Excalibur, Mission, Deadpool, not Deadpool. Schindler's List, Ra's al Ghul and Batman Begins, Aslan and the Chronicles of Narnia, A Monster Calls, Ballad of Buster Scruggs, Ordinary Love, The Grey, A-Team, Wrath of the Titans, Walk Among the Tombstones, Commuter. Just a lot of stuff. He was born in Ireland, and one of his partners was Helen Mirren, who is a really, really famous actress. We also have Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like we mentioned in TCW overview, he was considered for the voice of Obi-Wan in the Star Wars animated movie, Star Wars: The Clone Wars animated movie. But yeah, which is really cool. He plays young Obi-Wan, who is a 25-year-old Padawan in this movie, which is crazy to think about. I think it was tougher for him because a lot of people would compare him to Alec Guinness, who is the voice guy who plays Obi-Wan, Old Ben, in New Hope. We also have Natalie Portman as Padme Amidala. Really, really famous actress. Also, people would probably know her these days from Thor, where he plays Jane. She is 14 at the time and is the Queen of Naboo. Next up, we have Jake Lloyd. He plays young Anakin, or Anna Skywalker, Annie. He's a 9-year-old slave boy and a skilled pilot from Naboo. Rick McCollum, who's a producer, said that Lloyd was smart, mischievous, and loves anything mechanical. We might not have seen him in anything else, so I don't really recognize him compared to his later on actor. It looks like his last thing was 2022, where he plays a young Anakin in archive material. Okay, so now let's talk about Ian McDiarmid. Ian McDiarmid, Palpatine, we would later find he was a middle-aged senator of Naboo and a secret Sith Lord who orchestrates the invasion of Naboo, and he gets selected Supreme Chancellor from Chancellor Valorum. McDiarmid was surprised when Lucas approached him about playing it, and he assumed that a younger actor would play Palpatine. He was in Return of the Jedi, Emperor Palpatine, the Sith Lord. Anthony Daniel, C-3PO. First time he's ever seen the movie, timeline-wise. He's a protocol droid built by Anakin. He lacks his metal coloring in the film. And R2, finally, referred to him as naked. Kenny Baker, R2-D2. We've not seen him, actually, because he would have passed away, sadly, in 2016. But Willow, Flash Gordon, Amadeus, Labyrinth, just a lot, just primarily known for his role in this as R2-D2. His last Star Wars thing, I'm just curious when that would have been. His last Star Wars would have been Force Awakens. Just crazy to think about. Now let's talk about Shmi Skywalker, Anakin's mom, who's concerned about her son's future. She's played by Pernilla August, one of Sweden's leading actresses, and a longtime collaborator of Ingmar Bergman, which is cool. Next, Frank Oz as Yoda. Yoda, really interesting character, would appear in the original trilogy first. Fun fact about Yoda. Frank Oz is a really interesting actor. We've not seen him in a lot before this, but you would probably know him from the Muppets, like I would, before Star Wars, where he plays Miss Piggy, Fozzie Bear, Animal, and Sam Eagle, and Cookie Monster Bert and Grover on Sesame Street. He first appeared in Empire Strikes Back and Star Wars. We have Oliver Ford Davies as Slow Biblo Bibble, who was the governor. Naboo, he plays in episodes 1, 2, and 3, and he also is known for Master Crescent on Game of Thrones. Hugh Quastry plays Captain Korish Panaka, who is Amidala's chief of security in the palace. Known for Rick Griffin. Yeah, Hugh Korish is known for playing Rick Griffin in Holby City, and in this movie he plays Panaka. Samuel L. Jackson is Mace Windu. Really, really good actor. We've mentioned him before, so I'm not really going to go over. But Star Wars is the one. Marvel, where he plays Dr. Nick. Next up, we have Ray Park. Ray Park, really interesting guy. First time we would have seen him in Star Wars. But he would appear in Clone Wars, spoilers, where he plays Darth Maul, who is Darth Sidious's Zabrak apprentice, which is really cool. Darth Maul is a really interesting character, big rival to Obi-Wan, because Maul killed Qui-Gon. Yeah. And just really interesting, he would also appear in the Solo movie as Darth Maul. Next up, we have Terrence Stamp as Finis Valorum, Senator, Supreme Counselor at the time, who commissions Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon to negotiate the Trade Federation Viceroy. He would also later appear in Star Wars: The Clone Wars animated TV show, which is really cool. Terrence Stamp, I don't know if I've heard of him. No. Keira Knightley as Sabe, who is one of Queen Amidala's handmaidens, who serves as a decoy throughout the film, majority of the film. Really famous actress. People would know her from Elizabeth Turner, for Pirates of the Caribbean, which is cool. Silas Carson, He plays Newt Gunray, Kiadimundi, Lot Dodd, and he'll play the pilot in this. Really interesting actor. Also known voice of Ood in Doctor Who. Just really cool. Newt Gunray, like I said, is the viceroy of the Trade Federation. Lot Dodd is the senator from the Trade Federation. And Kiadimundi is a wise and powerful Jedi who sits on the council. Now we have Jerome St. John Blake as Rune Hako, who's Gunray's chief lieutenant. Oppo Rancisis, a Jedi Master, and member of the council. Orn Frita, a Twi'lek senator. And Maz Amata, a Chagrian politician and vice chair of the Galactic Senate. We also have some other quick people I will talk about. Brian Blast is voiced by Boss Nass, who is the leader of the Gungans. Ahmed Best. Trying to be able to see him, but plays Jar Jar Binks, which is really cool. Andy Secombe plays Watto, who is a junk dealer on Tatooine from Toydaria. Lewis McLeod voiced Sebulba. Greg Proops and Scott Capurro voiced Pody and Bede, the two-headed announcer for the Ponte Eve. Alan Bresco plays Plo Koon and Nemodian. Dolte Tofin, commander of the Trade Federation ships. Ralph Brown plays Rick Ali, commander of the Naboo Royal Space Fighter Corps and chief pilot aboard Amidala's ship. Matthew Wood, who we mentioned before in Star Wars Clone Wars animated movie, he plays the droids. He plays Bib Fortuna. Dominic West plays the role of an unnamed Naboo guard, Sophia Coppola. Sashay, one of Amidala's handmaidens. Christian Simpson, that plays as Gavin Sykes. Lindsay Duncan. Voices TC-14, a protocol droid on a Federation ship. Why? Sally Hawkins made her screen debut as a villager. Which is cool. And Sally Hawkins is a really famous actress. And surprised this was her first thing, but I think still really, really cool nonetheless. But that's really it. I really hope y'all enjoy. Like I said, the video coming after this on the 8th, Mimic 2, next Star Wars content, not throwback wise. TCW Season 1, June 10th, and also next throwback. People are always going to ask, but June 22nd, we're going to be covering Attack of the Clones. I hope y'all enjoy. Bye-bye.